Last night, tragic news. Representative Ilhan Omar announced via Twitter in a statement that her father had passed away due to complications caused by coronavirus. You can see her tweet there. And, obviously, look, we understand that a lot of people are dying. Hundreds and hundreds still every single day. There were thousands at one point. And every death is a tragedy. Ilhan Omar is a person that in this issue has, I think, done what she can to try to push not just the Republicans, but also the Democrats in the direction of actual substantive assistance to people being hurt by it. And especially considering her life story, the fact that she lost her mother when she was very young, seeing her father die in this way is a massive tragedy. And obviously, best wishes to her. Our heart goes out to her. It's terrible to have to go through an experience like that.
And I saw this just beautiful photo of her walking with her father in the halls of Congress, and I believe he was with her on the day that she was sworn in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and just her story of someone who came to this country and fled enormous brutality where she was from. Just this amazing story of immigration in the United States and the success that she's had, and is now a member of the House of Representatives and is representing constituents and is an enormously important leader in the progressive fight and just in politics in general. Her father was a huge part of that. Yeah. And the fact that she no longer has either of her parents alive, that's insanely painful. It's incredibly painful. I mean, she's really the second, I guess, well, Elizabeth Warren may not be considered by many to be a progressive anymore. I understand that, but Elizabeth Warren's brother also died of COVID-19. And it just goes to show the virus does not discriminate. It doesn't discriminate based on how much power you have, your status. It can affect every single person and ravage people's lives. And I just, look, I think Ilhan Omar is one of the strongest people in our government, and the vitriol she faces every single day from racist, bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic right-wingers is just horrific, and she keeps her head held high every day. And I think her father, I'm sure how he raised her, had a lot to do with that. So I would imagine that he was a wonderful man as well, and his loss will be felt.
Yeah, I know Michael Shore tweeted that he had spoken with Ilhan's father and had very nice things to say about him. And it is, as you said, it is one of the most inspirational stories imaginable. That is one of the reasons why the continued demonization of her has been so, not nonsensical. We are an inherently racist country, but we like to think of ourselves as this great country that takes the best of the world and makes it even better. And this is your example, America. Why are you rejecting her? And that's why when I saw that news, the first thought I had was absolute tragedy. I lost my father to illness, so I feel like a kinship to people who go through that same sort of tragedy. The second was, my God, what are the conspiracy theories going to be about this? Because we know that they're coming. Because these people, for all that they love to talk about Trump derangement syndrome, there ain't no Trump derangement syndrome like Ilhan Omar derangement syndrome, AOC derangement syndrome. These people have lost their goddamn minds when it comes to these people.
No, and I'm sorry. I just have to add one more thing. AOC derangement syndromes, I think, number two, how Ilhan Omar's is responded to by the right is one of the most vile and disheartening things I've ever seen. Go and look at her Twitter account, just anything. And it's because of her headscarf. Yep. And it's because of her voice and the fact that has a different religious ideology, is Black, and is from a different country. It's this confluence of things. And it's just one of the most vile, depressing things. And it should anger everyone and make sure that she never gets voted out of office unless she does something legislatively we don't agree with. But I know that she's one of the strongest voices on progressive issues, war and peace. And she's been fighting to take away funding from cops in a way that a lot of other representatives are afraid to.
Yeah. And I also wanted to add, in addition to, as you acknowledged, Elizabeth Warren's older brother died from coronavirus back in April. Representative Maxine Waters, her older sister, also died. So there have been several, as well as many people of Congress and senators who've been infected by coronavirus. There have been multiple deaths. And let's just briefly acknowledge, because I don't think this can be repeated often enough, 2.1 million people in the United States have been tested as having coronavirus. 116,500 deaths confirmed, the actual NBC News count. We know that it's far more than that. And I only say that because we as a country really don't think that that's happened. I mean, whether we think the number's made up or we get it but we don't think about it, almost no one today is walking around thinking about the massive historic loss of life that we've just experienced. Almost everyone has agreed, yeah, that was a rough period, but we got to get back to normal. So let's just ignore it. It shocks me. I don't know when I'm going to get over that. But the death toll has just been insane. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.